Hello folks, welcome to episode 7 of Catfish Man's movie reviews for ILikeBadMovies.com and Collections.com. This is Catfish Man, aka Lee, and this is episode 7. Today we're going to be looking at the classic Steven Spielberg comedy opus, I may be using the word opus wrong, 1941. Released in 1979, takes place in 1941 in December, coastal California, shortly after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. America is in full war hysteria. Everybody thinks that the Japanese are going to be bombing anywhere at any time, especially on the coast. And it's a small community near Los Angeles that's up in arms, literally. Everybody's worried about the Yellow Menace, and at the same time, you've got your Civil Defense League that's arming citizens. The Army's putting guns in people's backyards, and everybody's going kind of crazy, and it makes for a funny movie. So, 1941, this was a Steven Spielberg movie, 1979 release. Lots of big names: Ned Beatty, John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, among many, many others. You're going to see people that were in Jaws. You're going to see people that were in Animal House. At the same time, being Steven Spielberg, he even takes a poke at his masterpiece, Jaws, right at the beginning. But let's take a look at the review. Not the review, sorry. Let's take a look at the trailer. And when we come back, we'll do a little bit of a quick discussion about the movie, why I think it's a comedy masterpiece. And I think that's about it. So without further ado, let's take a look at the trailer, then we're going to come back and discuss.
December 1941. The California coast. The Japanese had just bombed Pearl Harbor.
What?
A nation's heroes were on the alert.
Look, you guys are Japs up!
The dummy's right.
California could be next.
Who did I shoot there? I don't know!
This is war.
Oh, God.
A country's honor was at stake. The lives of millions would be protected by a brave few.
Oh!
This is their story.
Excuse us, ma'am.
From the director of Jaws and Close Encounters of the Third Kind,
Stop that plane!
the most explosive comedy spectacular ever filmed.
What the hell do you people think you're doing?
Dan Aykroyd, Ned Beatty, John Belushi, Lorraine Garrett, Murray Hamilton, Christopher Lee, Tim Matheson, Toshiro Mifune, Warren Oates, Robert Stack, Treat Williams.
I can assure you, there will be no bombs dropped here.
Boy, that was fun!
Universal Pictures and Columbia Pictures present an 18 production of a Steven Spielberg film. 1941.
Sayonara, sucker!
So that's the trailer for 1941. Now, 1941 is one of my favorite comedies. Now, yeah, sure, there's a trend here. John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi especially. But it's not really John Belushi that makes the movie for me. It's the whole thing altogether. John Belushi's got not actually a huge part in it. A very funny part. Plays a renegade P-40 fighter pilot that's been flying around California and Nevada and all that looking for Japs to fight. So what's happening? As I said, it's mid-December, just before Christmas. Coastal California, everybody's hysterical about the imminent invasion of the continental U.S. by the Japanese. Now, turns out they're maybe not as paranoid as they may think, because off the coast of California is a Japanese sub looking for a mainland target to hit, to strike at the heart of America, Hollywood. That's what they want to do. What represents America more than Hollywood? Pretty much nothing else. So that's that's what they want to do. They've got a German, or let's say a Nazi, so a German advisor on board, played by Christopher Lee, who you might know as from Lord of the Rings, among other movies. So, and also we've got Ned Beatty in there, plays a dad who wants to do his part for the war effort. He's the one that gets a giant gun put in his backyard. He's actually the one that defends, the one to start defending against the Japanese invasion. I'm not really going to go into the storyline, except for there's a lot of conflict. There's sort of a conscientious objector guy who just wants to dance and is in love with this one girl. There's a club that's been converted over to a USO only club, causing issues between the Zoot Suit guys and the military guys. Then, of course, we've got the Japanese off the coast. We've got people seeing Japanese everywhere when there's no Japanese. And we've people not seeing the Japanese when there really is. It's a comedy tour de force. Weirdly enough, it was a little bit of a flop for Steven Spielberg, even with the big names that's in there. Period piece. It's filmed really well. I laughed from beginning to end. It's got one of my favorite distraction modes in there. At one point, one of our characters, John Belushi, needing to get a hold of a motorcycle, turns to somebody, "Look, a baby wolf." And they're like, "Where?" Because who wouldn't look at that, right? Takes off on the motorbike. I use that to this day. I've been using it since 1979 or 80 when I first saw the movie. Now, then again, I am kind of cheesy and hold on to the cheesy stuff, but funny movie. Watch the damn thing. If you haven't seen it for years, watch it again. If you haven't seen it, watch the freaking movie. If you're into funny stuff. If you're not into funny stuff, well, sorry. If you're not into funny stuff, I don't know what you're doing watching my reviews, really. But anyways, 1941, Steven Spielberg, John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, you've got Ned Beatty, you got the wife from Jaws, can't remember her name, you got the mayor from Jaws in there, you got goofiness all around. It was a tough time for America, and they managed to make it a funny movie about that tough time. So, 1941, you can find it on Blu-ray, you can find it on DVD, and I'm sure you can find it streaming. Heck, if you go to crackle.com, which is Sony's free streaming site, they have commercials on there, you could watch 1941 today. So I say go out and watch it. It's really funny, and don't worry, folks, I'm not just going to be doing John Belushi movies or movies from the early 80s or the 1970s. I'll be doing some more modern stuff soon. But anyways, that's just beside the point. You're going to go out after this and buy yourself a copy or stream yourself a copy of 1941. And I want you to tell me what you think of it. If you've seen it before, let me know what you thought of it when you first watched it. I don't care. So let's get some dialogue going here. And then we got something else coming up, folks, with Catfish Man's movies. I would like to host a movie watching party. If you're interested, I think we can do about 4 or 5 people. You're going to have to wear freaking headphones. And then there's some logistics we have to work out. We can work on a date and a time. I'm a late night person. I'm in the Mountain Standard Time Zone in Canada here. So I think I'm like -6 GMT for any of our friends that are in the UK or international people. So that said, that's something that I really want to do. Keep your eyes open for more details and let me know if you're interested at all. That's watching a movie with the Catfish Man. Maybe we can do a communal video review at the end of that. So, 1941, fantastic movie, really funny. You might get one more John Belushi movie because I did watch Animal House over the weekend also. So check it out and let me know what you think of the movie. This is Catfish Man for Collections.com and I Like Bad Movies. Keep it retro, folks.